Hello folks, we're going to do a real simple one today. We are just going to look at an American accent. How to go into an American accent whenever you want to. And to do this sound, we're going to focus on a few key sounds. And to use this, we're going to use these little flashcards, which we've got up there, which are available at voicehacker.co.uk/flashcards. And we're going to be looking at it from a British accent perspective, which is, of course, what I have. And the first thing that needs to change from the British accent to the American accent, and by the way, when we say American, we're talking about general American, just this general American accent, which you might hear on CNN. It's the American accent that most of America speaks, basically, in one form or another, and it's kind of the reference accent for all of those different accents. So let's jump into it. We're going to focus first on the L sound, and these are listed under the light L and under semivowels. And what you should see here is that a word like actually, you can feel it actually turns into an actually, which is that you change the sound there very subtly. Instead of a light L sound, it actually turns into a dark L, so it becomes actually. Next we have allow, same deal. Alone, along, apparently. You feel that all of these are turning into dark L's instead of just touching at the front, apparently. It's just sort of coming into the back there, apparently. And finally, let's do barely. And this takes us on to another thing, which is really crucial, which is the treatment of the R's. If you take a word like, if I bring this up here, if you take a word like arm, this is good, arm, you can feel that with the R sound, arm, you're kind of just dragging it out there, and you don't actually say the R in the British accent. Whereas Americans, if you see an R, you say an R. So you have arm, bar, barely, which is the same one as we had there, and before. And these are under, by the way, they're under semivowels and under the silent R, because again, this is coming from a British perspective, because we don't say these R's. So we have before, then we have better, bore, bother, burn, burst, car. All of these R's, you say them, and you say them really strongly. So we have the dark L, then we have la, and then we have the R, car. Where is my little car? Beautiful. Now the next thing that we've got to focus on is the treatment of the T sounds, because in some words, where are my T's gone? Here they are. In some words, Americans say them, and in some words they kind of get transformed into a D sound. So we have in words like better, it actually becomes a D instead of a T. So we have better, and they have better. Next one, bottom, from the bottom to the top. Letter, all of these T's are actually turns into D's. Whatever, famously. White, and okay, here's the really interesting one. So when the T's are then on the ends, they don't turn into D's, but they sort of just drift up. So instead of going white, they actually turn into white. You notice them just pop up there, and you don't really actually say them. You don't go right, it's right. Next, that was right, there we go. We have things like, these are the STs. Oh yeah, we have pretty, of course, and tight as well. So you hear the first one is pronounced, but then the second one just drifts up. And there's a sort of funny rule with this in that there kind of isn't a rule. If we go back right to the start, we have attack, and then it would say attack me. No, it doesn't work like that. It's attack. The same is true for words like return and attempt. You notice that even there, they make that T into a T. So you've got to watch out for words like letter, like better, bottom, whatever, all those sorts of words that will just creep up on you. And here's a really good example. You can say, if you were in the Olympics, you can say, I won a medal, and the medal was made of metal. So I won a medal. You get that? A metal medal, a metal. So you can just sort of use your own ear to get those senses there. So we've got 3 things straight away that are going to just help you get a sense of the American accent. We have the sound, which is under silent R's on the flashcards. We have the dark L sounds, la la la. And then we have the T sounds. And just be really, really aware of those when you're making the sounds, and hopefully they'll get better. Good luck, and I will see you soon.